We have had the home builder scheme that has been put into place and which really does benefit particularly house and land projects. The big issue though is around new apartment construction, and the majority of apartments in Australia are owned by investors. New apartments are predominantly purchased by investors, and we're just not seeing any stimulus for investors, and as a result, off the plan is the sector that will be most impacted.
Now, we just spoke about homes for under $110,000. Where are some of the cheapest towns in Australia, Nerida? I want to know.
Yeah, I know. There's certainly some bargains out there. I suppose when you have a look at really cheap towns, you do have to recognise that they're usually cheap for a reason. That they're cheap because usually there's very little industry. Maybe the housing stock isn't that great. Topping the list is Peterborough in South Australia. So Peterborough, you can get a home for well under $100,000, and there's actually one on our site at the moment. But it is a particularly cheap town. The median is around 69,000. So there's certainly bargains out there, but you do need to obviously be careful because they don't give great capital growth.
Okay, and what about industrial? It's the most popular commercial property type for offshore buyers, and there are 5 countries that dominate offshore search. What countries are they?
Yeah, look, it's interesting at the moment. Australia is coming through or getting through COVID very well compared to the rest of the world. It is continuing to attract a lot of foreign interest in terms of being a safe place to invest. What we are seeing is quite a significant pickup in search activity for commercial property from some parts of the globe. So usual places, Singapore, Hong Kong, US, UK, really dominating. One area, though, we have seen a significant pickup is from India. So it's quite surprising. I mean, when we have a look at commercial property transactions that take place, we don't typically see a lot of purchases from India, but it does seem to be attracting a lot of interest at present.
It looks that way indeed. And Bangalore is seeing the highest views per listing, but is definitely not a bargain.
No, it's right. Look, at the moment, you know, I'm speaking at this the Regional Australia Institute conference on Wednesday. So if you are interested in hearing, they've just released a really great report. As part of that, we are looking at some of the places that are seeing the highest views per listing regionally and also at a suburb level. And at the moment, it is Bangalore that is topping the list. It isn't a bargain. It's nearly $1 million to buy in Bangalore, and it just shows. You know, we often think of regional Australia as being somewhere people go for affordability, but increasingly it is lifestyle, and more so lifestyle. I think post-COVID lockdowns that many of us now are working from home. Many people won't need to necessarily go back into the office, so. It is a positive from that perspective.
Yeah, we're just seeing on screen the cheapest suburbs that you mentioned before, with Petersburg topping the list there, 69,000. So yeah, we've certainly got an interesting time ahead, as you mentioned, with the regional outlook and people working from home. And just finally, what are some of the other properties that we're seeing the most views on?
Yeah, look, a lot of the properties at the moment are showing up as some regional areas. You know, I think, you know, if you have a look at somewhere like the Southern Highlands, you have a look at Byron, they seem to be areas that are attracting a lot of interest. So, you know, we always see a shift and change. I mean, in Sydney at the moment, we did see enormous activity in Darlinghurst for quite a rundown property last weekend. So, you know, the heat is in the market. You know, we know that buyers are very, very active at the moment. At the same time, we don't have many properties for sale. And then we've also got this redistribution in the way that people are searching because, you know, there are some potential big lifestyle changes that many of us can make, given that we don't necessarily need to be in capital cities.